So I did a pretty extensive like Facebook, exposing the whole Prometheus. Um, it was from a book called Prometheus. Um, where is it? American Prometheus. Oppenheimer book, American Prometheus. The Triumph and the Tragedy, American Prometheus. And Prometheus, you know, is of course a god, right? And he was guilty of giving man fire and was, supposedly another one of his mythologies was creating man from clay. Well, that sounds like what God did. So very interesting, right? American Prometheus, The Triumph and the Tragedy of J. Robert Oppenheimer. That would be 101815. Okay. Anyway, so the release date was June 8th, 2012 of the movie Prometheus. Just the movie. See, you got to connect all these dots, We do it the very best that we can, right? So we just connect the dots. So you go to June and you go to 8th and you run it to well, I'll be a monkey's rear end. Look at that. To July 1st, 4040, also known as 404, the amount of verses in the book of Revelation. It doesn't mean anything's going to happen on July 1st, but their clues in iPet Goat have really, really driven that home for us because Bush was reading The Pet Goat while the second plane hit. The first plane had already hit, if I'm not mistaken, when he walked into the classroom. And we get there to Ms. Lily. And there is Year of the Rabbit, total solar eclipse, Trump exit. But there's deer antlers over there by the wall. And they appeared over Trump's head. Like right at a very specific moment, right when they right there. So that buck deer that's on the wall has the antlers over Trump's head. So they like really want us to think that this buck full moon is all about Trump's regeneration. He would rise on the third day. The Dark Knight Rises came out 2 days after the Dark Knight, or on the third day. And that kid comes rising up with a right eye wound, comes rising up through what would be the buck full moon. All about regeneration. And so there's old Lily. And yes, it's Year of the Rabbit. Yes, there's a rabbit on the wall, but there is also something called a buck rabbit. Now, the buck full moon is based off of the deer buck antlers. But, Trump exit. Well, when's that going to be? Is it going to be 2 days before the blue moon? That I'm telling you what, if nothing goes down on July 1st, I'm going to immediately start jumping all over August 28th as being the day of the big event. I'm going to jump all over it. Christian had a tremendous comment, so I hope y'all saw that. It was very well written. It had a lot of information. And so it was in, I'm pretty sure, yesterday's video. It's always good to hear from Christian. And these moons, these are all moons They're all blue because this is the year of the blue moon, this year of the rabbit. And that's the two heads connected up there, over there on the right. That's our 2 moons in August, which means there's 13 moons, and Lily represents the 13th moon, holding that apple because it does burst into the flower full moon from where she's sitting at the total solar eclipse. And she does get sad at 118. So it's at 118 where she gets sad, and Trump exit has happened because the exit light is lit. And so she's very sad. And we can go ahead on and speed this baby up to regular speed. And it rolls. And burst into the full moon, flower full moon at 1:37. That's 19 seconds. And nothing happened that would have gotten Obama upset. So we don't really understand what all that means, but America's getting rent in two, the flag, Civil War, no electricity, and so the towers begin to fall at 1:58. So it's like 30 seconds after we see the Trump, or Lily gets sad. So, it's just, there's absolutely no telling. Everything we need to know is sitting right there. Everything. It really just jumps off the chart that the Trump event is going to happen this year. The year of the blue moon. The year of the rabbit. The year that the total solar eclipse, which is what she's sitting inside of and representing, burst into the flower full moon, because that total solar eclipse, that corona that she's sitting inside of, which is the ring of a total solar eclipse, she's sitting inside of that. It does represent the total solar eclipse of April 20th. It is a new moon, this total solar eclipse. All total solar eclipses are new moons. And it did bring forth the full moon of May 5th, which is called the flower full moon. And we saw it burst into a flower after it rolled across the floor. So that's not next year. That's not next year. There is no blue moon next year. There is no total solar eclipse that delivers a flower full moon next year. There is a total solar eclipse in April, but it's going to give the April full moon. And I don't think we even make it that far. I think he's going to go down July 1st, August 28th, October 26th at the latest. And the abomination of desolation will be the total solar eclipse of April 8th. And everything will be over with as far as we know it and understand it by April 12th. That's just the way I see it from a biblical standpoint. And that's a long story. That'd be quite the video, wouldn't it? All right. Love y'all.